So we were just at the Let's Play Gaming Expo this week, and actually right now it's going on. We've been at the Let's Play Gaming Expo and checking out like a bunch of indie games, a bunch of retro arcade cabinets. They had some amazing tournaments there, and vendors. I think it's probably one of my favorite conventions that I've gone to in quite a while.
And it's also a substantial step up from last year, because they said that they doubled their attendance. Mm-hmm. I feel like they really stepped up their game as far as the actual the conference itself goes.
Yeah.
Other than parking. It's a terrible place for parking.
That's always a problem at the Irving Convention Center. Yeah.
I mean, the Sandcrawlers Mobile, you would have to move the parking lot around.
Yeah.
But anyway, all jokes aside, they did a really impressive job of doubling the number of people that were coming, a substantially increased size. I felt like when we went last year, just moving from place to place could get kind of crowded and stifling. I felt like they had a lot more space where people could move, and so it was still crowded, but it didn't feel oppressive.
Yeah, I agree.
And so the layout was well spaced.
It was. Last year, there were a lot of like older games, like they were doing Halo and Doom 2 and a bunch of other, and Oregon Trail, just like they were doing this year, but they were doing them off in this other room. And here you had lines of computers or monitors to play old school games that were just, rows and rows of these games and challenges, specifically to like Pilot Wings or Mario 2 Goofy
Foot. Yeah.
So it was really interesting to me that not only was there so much content, but it was so involved. I think that the pins that they were giving out got people to jump in and play games that they may have not played before. We played Neo Geo's bowling, and you had to get 175 to get a pin.
But you got like first time, right?
Second time.
Second time.
First time was like 135. Second time I got it, but I would not have had a drive to play that game.
Yeah.
Had there not been a little tiny pin involved that made me want to play it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. The local artists there were great. Tiff was there doing her art. We had some, you could buy refurbished Sega, Genesis, and NES systems there that looked brand new. It was really cool to me.
I saw a sealed copy of Mega Man 2 for $175.
That sounds about right.
I kind of wanted it.
Still want it. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
And not only did you have the retro stuff, you had people playing Injustice 2. They had an Injustice 2 tournament. So a lot of really cool stuff going on there. We also got to talk to some indie devs that play those. And so we'll be putting up videos specifically about some of those, some devs and their games. And I had a blast.
And it was really fun to get to actually see some of the people that are making the games, because a lot of times there's a disconnect between us and between the consumers and the developers.
Yeah.
And it was really neat to get to talk to them and see these games in different stages. Like we saw Super Emma that was he said he put the boss in last night or like over the last 2 nights, and it was like, all right, cool.
He specifically created it because he said, I didn't want to have the same game here that I came here last year with. The dev's already on Steam and has a game out, but he created this game and it's in very early like proof of concept stages. But yeah, I just came out with it. We also had like Project Eve, which is an AR robot that drives around and you shoot enemies.
Yeah.
Again, very early stages of development for that developer, and very proof of concept where the robot's not in the final stages, but getting you an idea of what this would be like in a home environment if you had the game, which I thought was really cool. You had some people who actually created their own board games or card games as well. Mm-hmm. Which again I thought was great, because if you create a board game, it's hard to get that out there for people to play. Like there are actually board game conventions, but this was multifaceted enough that you had people playing new games, old games. There were like Jurassic Park merchandise and different things from the original Jurassic Park movie. It was really fun.
Yeah. There's also a game that was there. It's called Circuit Breakers, and that's apparently been out on Steam for like a year. Came out on PlayStation a week or two ago, coming out on Xbox in a couple of weeks. And I mean, like, this was done.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because it was up to 8-person local co-op on a single screen.
Yeah.
And it was a blast. Like, I bought it.
It was really cool.
And so it was really fun and interesting to see the contrast between people coming there with, like you said, proof of concept with Super Emma to Circuit Breakers. We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
But
Star Citizen was there.
These,
I mean,
yeah. And getting to actually meet, see, hang out with these people, local devs. That's a really exciting thing. And so I had a blast, and I was only able to be there for so many hours. But like as I'm walking away, I kind of looked down at my watch, and I was like, my phone.
Yeah.
I have weird wrists. I can't do a watch.
Yeah.
Well, I've got this little bone thing right here.
Yeah,
and so can't do watches. You didn't need that. But yeah, like I'm walking away. I'm like, how was that many hours?
Yeah.
I feel like I just got there, and so we had a blast at this Expo. We'll definitely be going next year, and congratulations to Scott Patterson and Redbeard and everybody else that got to be there and ran this thing for us. Well done.
It's fantastic. Thanks, Troy, for inviting us. And if you're watching this right now on YouTube, it is going till 6 p.m. This Sunday. So you can head over there and watch us while you're heading over, while you're driving over there, because we'll just keep going.